Hello, hello, hello. All right. Our time is fast spent. Once again, I want to say, welcome to the Members of Goyah studio. This is your host, somebody Freeman, coming live from the Members of Goyah studio show in Minnesota. I'm so sorry because of time. We're just going to do maybe 35-minute show. However, the case may be, we're going to maximize the time that we have because due to some busy schedule and some activity, we tune in late. And so without any further ado, we first want to say welcome, 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 welcome. We appreciate each and every one of you for your hard work, for your commitment, your encouragement, your prayers, and your support. With that being said, we we will be having a we will be looking at some critical topic today. And I don't know if it's really critical, but I believe that this is something that caught my eyes. And so before we start the show like we normally do, we first want to say happy birthdays to all those who are celebrating their birthdays in this month of April. We pray that God will bless you with long life, good health, peace, and prosperity. If you are if your birthday fall on your wedding anniversary, we'll say double shout out to you and your special one. We pray that God will bless your holy matrimony homes with peace, with love, unity, and longevity in your relationship. And so today we're going to be looking at some very critical issue here, something that I refer to as a sober reflection. But normally what we do here is, but before I even continue, I also want to take this time to extend our deeper condolences to those who are bereaved. We pray that God will comfort you, God will console you during the difficult time of bereavement. We cannot, we cannot sit there and say we can comprehend or understand the pain that we are going through. But what we can do, we can say to you that we will continue to pray, remember you and your family in prayers, and we'll pray that God Almighty will strengthen you, with comfort you and your family. And so today, what we're going to do, we're going to read the headlines, and then after reading the headlines, we're going to dive into our topic. And today's topic is something that I call sober reflection. I think it was on Sunday that we saw the devastation that happened to the hospital for the Kufa, and listening to him speak after the fact that his house got burned. And I want to go back to that because I believe for the first time to see that it took Fredukova this long, but at least he understands because this is something that we've been saying from time immemorial that when you're in power, I don't care how you got everything. There are just certain things that you need a community. So take for example fire service. But forget about the fire service. I'm glad we'll talk about that. But look at the healthcare system in Liberia. And now one of the things that tells me all the time now, do people really, these people are in power? You think God forbid, I knock it on the wood. You think if something happened to you, before they even take you from the airport, from your house to the airport, from the airport to Ghana, or wherever they want to carry you, it's too late. And so in my mind, people who travel extensively, who are live outside Liberia, and know the importance of the issues or the importance of these things, but they sit there and do nothing. They sit there and did nothing. And so today we'll be examining what the speaker said after he lost. But today, we got a new thing that we introduce on this show. And we say, we call it the hero of the week. We got some people that will put on what we call the ridiculous list. And so today, I want to highlight two people that deserve the hero of the week. And the last time on the show, I talked to you about the Maryland County Association. And I told you there was an event coming up called the Black Tie event. But I like to first and foremost say thank you to all of our supporters, friends, supporters, well-wishers that turned out on Saturday that supported the great cause. And two people today, we're going to give them the award for the hero of the week. That is, the first person is the president of the National Maryland County Association, Madam Beatrice Rue, the president for the Minnesota chapter, Madam Lilia Wu, and the entire Marylanders in America. The leadership, the teamwork, and also Patient Russell for hosting us for the meet and greet and the after party. And so that what I call the hero of the week. And the second person would be the speaker, Fanatikofa. Because sometimes it really you get to see people, or we evaluate people based upon sometimes when things are going really good, you will never know what that person is made of. But when something is going bad and they can stand there and absorb what have happened to them and still come back on the other side positive. That's what I look at to be real leadership. And so Fanatikofa is no exception, because honestly, I'm very, very impressed with what he has demonstrated as a leader. And so, why do I choose the individual? In America, I don't know if people understand, but the reason why CEOs, managers, people in leadership role get paid is because of vision. Visionary. People who can, sometimes when the board sit down and they pay the CEOs, they leave everything up to the CEO to run their corporation. I'll give you an example that we all can relate to. The NFL. Roger Goodell is the NFL commissioner. 32 teams, 32 billionaires come together and say, hey, you got to run the whole shit for us. Make the NFL profitable for us. And so now it's left with the ship that you're running is about profiteering. How can you brand the NFL, the shield of the NFL? How can you brand and protect the NFL? That we will benefit, our investment will be protected, at the same time, that will be peaceful. And so I said this because this is what happened to the Maryland County Association. You know, we got it to go to NRC. You know, we got complete a democratic system in place. The NRC, I believe, is the highest big body, making decision body within the National Maryland County Association, where in order for anything to go on, they got to come to the NRC for approval. But I want to pick it back to the national president, Beatrice Rule. You know, that's what I call leadership. And this is what we expect. Because you have to be brave, you have to design, you have to come up with strategy. And all along, for the time the association been in existence, one thing and one thing only. And so when she won the election, I told you people should make some bold declaration. And people were very concerned and said, one of them was, we have to renovate our airport. She told the chairman for the project committee, Dr. Mary Pires. Mary Pires is a very hardworking woman, highly educated. And so she did not have anything from the project committee or chair. And she got big dreams. And you know, when you come up with this type of thing, people will ask, how do you expect to carry on this project? It's going to cost so much money. You see, this is when people, and that's where, you know, are using this scenario to really tell us this is what we should be looking for in leaders. Because she sat down along with her team and they started to brainstorm. Because now you have to be able to sell your vision to the board. We may call it the board, or we call it stakeholders. People, I mean, this is you envision something and you're trying to get it to people, and so people can, you know, is it worth me taking my chances? Because you know, when it comes to people generating money, it's not a hard thing. It's not a hard thing at all. People will do it, but people, especially when it comes to us as Liberians. And so you say, that's what we're going to do. We got to have at least one or two events before the convention. The convention of the Maryland County Association is September 29th. This is when all hands on deck, sitting fee, ticket fee. And so that's where we make most of our money. That's when we raise money. What have you? And so thinking outside the box. She said, no, this time around we're gonna do something different. And roughly so, as human being, when somebody bring ideas to you, you know, the first instinct to kick back because we hate change. It down by that Liberian. Naturally, human beings hate change. But Liberian men are afraid of adventures. So you say the committee is silent, brainstorm. They come up with black tie event. And I'm telling you, the budget for the black tie event, it went to Parliament, they deliberated. People were very skeptical, like I said, but boy, oh boy. Well, people were wrong, not because they are here, but because they never, I mean, they did not, what the word I'm looking for? They never knew, they did not know the result, what we say, the unknown. And I yet to submit to you that indeed the Black Tie event was very successful. We were able to raise pretty close to over 20,000. And we saw the list coming in, the money that was collected from tickets, pledges, and what have you. And so everybody left that hall very happy, including my very self. And that is why today the national president, Madam Beatrice Rue, the Minnesota chapter president, Madam Lydia Wu, the entire leadership team, all the brillianters, well-wishers, friends, supporters, you guys today earn the hero title because of your commitment, your dedication, and your love for your people and your country. Demonstrate to me that indeed you people deserve to be on the list. And the second person is the speaker. I think most of us heard what happened on Sunday. The speaker house was engulfed by fire, burned down. God will have it. He and his family, nobody was hurt. We were very grateful to God for protection and what have you. This is huge. And the reason why he earned my respect, because this is something some of us have been saying from the time we started doing the podcast. Because I say all the time until I went to Liberia. And I said, why people that are in power, you get to the country, no hospital, the roads are bad, no electricity, and the few people that are in power get to enjoy the thing. But one of the things that keep coming to me, suppose God forbid something happen and knock it on. Because a lot of times they fly to Ghana or they fly to India or they fly to America. But you know, sometimes when things happen, you need immediate attention. And sometimes before you even get to your car, from your car to the airport, it's too late. So I don't know, people that are in position in Liberia, I don't know, they don't think about that. But rather they ride the big cars, they live in the big homes, and there is no security. And all the time we've been saying, we are very sad. And it's very sad that the speaker lost his house. But like he said, tell God thank you, nothing happened to his family. But himself spoke to the fact that they need to do better to improve life around the Liberian people. Because just imagine if you had, fire service. One of the things that puzzle me, that's why I say, the Bible, where people say, whether you like it or not, I'm a strong believer in the Bible, man. The Bible never lies. Because you would think that the guys that live in a rehab area, it would dawn on them and say, you know what I mean? There's where all the top boys live. If there is nothing said, even though we don't even care about the Liberian people, but their community, we have to protect the community here. We have to have fire service. We have to have good hospital. If you don't be selfish now, think about yourself. Think about yourself. We have to put in place things that will make us most secure and more protected. And these people living over there. And they don't even think about that. And sadly for the speaker, that what happened on Sunday. I'm in Liberia. I'm telling you, I was there. A couple of houses got burned. Even when you say fire service even coming, the people got no respect. The people driving and the fire truck, 10-minute commute can turn into 45 minutes. And all because the lack of leadership, people not taking the time to educate people or to even build a system. And so before the people could even leave to get to the speaker's house, it's already late. Not because, and you know, I wanted to know even if they're going to arrive on time. The fire truck, is the fire truck ready intact, that the fire truck will be able to do the job? But after that, and the reason why Frank Kofa is on the list because when he said he recognized the need that as leader, we have to do better to improve the livelihood of our people. We have to do better. We have to care for our people. And that's all we're asking for. That is all we're asking for. If you even care for anything about it, because you guys travel, you guys live in America, you guys see other places. And so sadly, your house is literally burning down before your eyes and you're helpless. Where you would think that, and I would say they can afford, they can afford to buy like 10 to 15, 25 trucks, well equipped. Apart from that, train people and pay people well. But people pocket the money. And you know, at least the speaker, it took him courage to admit they got to do better. So he's not, I hope we look forward to seeing legislation or bill that the speaker now will try to put together something that will revamp the fire service or how you call it, equipment. And I also submit to the speaker, I want you to start thinking about the healthcare system in our country. It is broken. I'm telling y'all, people are dying from curable diseases. You can get all the money. And that's why people build it in there. So when something happens, right in your country can be able to treat you well. But if you think that you got the money to travel out of the country, I'm sorry. You know, few years ago before I started doing this show, something really touched me. And that's why I say I gave a lot of respect to the speaker because similar thing happened to the representative from Nuclear Town. Somebody correct me, can inbox me. And what that representative daughter died from? She died from asthma attack. After because they took her to, if I can remember the story correctly, they took her to redemption. In the process, current went, no electricity. And do you know how painful that is? There's some man who got money. He has car. But when you're going to take $1 from where you're living all the way to RRA and think about the traffic. Because from wherever you live in the RRA, I don't know. But if they talk about redemption, that it tells me that he in a Bourgeois Island area. So from Bourgeois Island to RRA, I know almost like 45 good minute stretch. But because of traffic and depending on the time that the asthma attack took place, it can even be 2 hours. Because the reason why I'm just guessing, common sense, because if they decide to rush her to redemption, that means redemption was the closest hospital to them. Because if you tell me JFK down, say maybe around, so you know, common sense just tell us. So just imagine, you get to the place, not because the people didn't have equipment or what have you. Now we will never know that one because they did not even report that to us. But what we learned was in that process, current went. And then that representative decided to sue the Liberian government. And it's so sad because blaming the government for the death of his child when you have the power in your hands, something that you can push for to improve the healthcare system. You did nothing about that. You lost your daughter. Something telling your daughter should be alive. And that is why I'm saying to us, we will continue to talk. Because these are things that really, really, really get to me. It burns me like fire. When few people just sit on the country wealth, and they care less. And sadly, these are people that know what it means to go to bed hungry. They know what it means to walk with your bare feet. And the people drive through Monrovia Street with serene. They see children in the street. Children in the street selling. And they care less. Have less people. How can you be selfish? And sometimes when we do that, we think we're harming people. But it's just a matter of time it catch up with us. And just imagine how painful it was to see the speaker. And like I said, I'm so grateful that nothing happened to none of his family. But the fact that the speaker was able to step up, and recognize the need to really do something for fire service in our country. Not just fire service, man, people. We don't even know the cost up to now. We haven't even getting the report. What was the cause of the fire? We don't know. People just guessing here and there. No. We don't even know yet. We haven't gotten of what was the cause of the fire. So all I'm saying, the speaker, we appreciate the boldness. We appreciate the speaker recognizing and taking responsibility that we have to do better to improve the livelihood of the Liberian people. And who are the Liberian people? Speaker Fonante Kofa is a Liberian. And sadly, what happened to him would have been avoided if we have fire truck, trained people, and the population to some extent are educated that when they hear fire service, immediately people got to be able to make room. And so maybe if we have good system in place, then the speaker has to be rescued. But because the lack of nothing, this is what causing us all this problem. This is what causing us all this problem. And I hope and pray that people will learn from the speaker, because like I said, I rather give him credit. I gave him a lot of credit, and that is why he made to do what we call the hero list. Okay. Now, on the ridiculous list is who you got somebody called Solomon George. I hope the Liberian people will not give what I call in my book, people that Solomon George, and that is why he is making the ridiculous list. Because here's the difference between Solomon George and Fonante Kofa. Solomon George, you're a man who served as representative, did nothing for his people. Many days were in the street, abusing, threatening people. Then the man causing man cause. You're a man that say he taking no responsibility. Then he say the trick and the fool we are. So now he acting like he the one that love upon. According to him, he claimed that the ex-Liberal President George Weah was fooled and tricked by many of those around the presidency who are no longer seen around the party. So when you say you were fooled, you were part of the team, you are a representative, you are a leader within the party hierarchy. So who then fool upon? Call names. You talking about most of the officials from the CDC government are hypocrites who fail to speak truth to power? Did Solomon George ever speak or condemn anything that was going on during the 6-year period? If that was the case, I believe Solomon George was not going to lose a seat. He was not going to lose a seat because the Liberian people will understand that he had been there talking and preaching on their behalf. But these are people that parade the street of Barovia, insulting and threatening people. And people were afraid to speak truth to power. Did you at any time call George Weah on the side? I believe he can speak truth very well. Did you by any means call George Weah on the side and say, Judge, we are feeding the Liberian people? But now you're coming up to blame everybody except for yourself. So that means you're not part of the things that happen. It's ridiculous. And that is why it's on a ridiculous list. I hope the Liberian people will see through that and just pay you no mind and no heed, because that's why I don't like people like this. When they enjoy, then everything is okay. And now Solomon Joy for you to even open your mouth and say people fool upon. You are one of those that fool upon. You're one of those that lie to upon. You got ready, you felt comfortable in love to tell lies. In order for sudden now, you won't be pointing finger to people. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. You talking about say people fool the ex-president because they were afraid to speak truth to power. You are one of those people, when even people spoke truth to power, you encourage the president to sideline them. And then you're sitting here telling us that you, Solomon George, believe that Opon were fooled by a few people that were around him. No, take responsibility for the failure of the CDC government. You're one of those. Because if you have done anything good in the West Point era, telling them you'll be right in the house. But because you did nothing. And so I hope people that they don't have chance no more to come out to power, because they will never change. And why I'll say I hope they never get a type of person chance in my book, because he still don't see himself as part of the problem. So when you even give him chances and you go back again, you're going to do the same thing, because he still haven't realized that you were part of the government that failed the Liberian people. That's the difference between he and Fonati Kofa, who recognize and accept the fact that, hey, we need to do better in making sure we provide the full support people need to get access to all these things. He could use any type of political jargon to shape, but you know what I mean? After that devastating loss, lost his house, he recognized in the midst of that and he owned up to the fair parties and he said, we got to do better. We, like my national president spoke, Beatrice Rule. She said, it's about Liberia. Let's forget about our differences. Whether you Democrat, Republican, or what have you. What matters now is Liberia. What can we do to make it better? We'll bring everybody on board. We'll work together. We'll recruit more. That's what I want here. But now you point, you see, Paul Solomon George, they're going to create division within division among the Liberian people, especially to the political party that he belongs to. We don't have time for division, Mr. Man. We want people who will be bold, people who will accept, people who will accept responsibility. When you fail, look at it and say, I made a mistake, I screwed up, we could have done better. The CDC governor could have done better, but we failed. When you say that, then you make the hero list. And so, Mr. George, we beg to differ with you. You can't fool us. So for now, you are on a ridiculous list because I think that, some people are afraid to speak truth to power. Good luck. Good luck. You did nothing. You did nothing. Solomon George was the man making all the good decisions. Look at your district. Common sense. If you're doing good, turn it in power. And so let's just yeah. Yeah, we don't have time for. Well, we just want to run through the headlines in this section is strictly brought by that. Excuse me, Dr. Samuel Bingo and Nathaniel Gaplu, and the ridiculous list and the ridiculous list and the hero list is strictly brought by the Mema Zokuya stationery store in Liberia as on the second junction, where you can find all of your school supplies, book bags, pencil, pen, laptops, printers, and what have you. So it's right there to on the second junction by the Western by the Western Church. You can't miss it. I'm telling you, those are all American supply. Go there, chalks. If you want, so this segment, the hero segment, was strictly brought by the members of Goyah Stationery Store in Liberia. And so let's just get to the headlines and see what's happening. And then from there, we will call it a good night because again, tonight is Wednesday. We got 5 minutes time to be getting on the prayer line. We encourage you, as always. Yeah. Yeah. So we just want to run through the headlines very quick. But I was talking about one particular one in a little bit details. And that will be it, and then we'll call it all night. Okay. The first so the joker. The first headline is Stern appeal to international partners for urgent insistence to equip Liberia Fire Service Department. This is coming from the uh annual coin John Molu, former CDC party chairman. Yeah. So yeah. So that's your headline. That's the first thing. That's the first headline they are not even going to read because of time. Second, second headline. Liberia LACC chairperson revealed predecessors James Verdier requests ex-President Goyah access declaration form, but Verdier denies releasing to the public. It's the second headline. All these things, maybe we dive into them because of time today. We couldn't. The third one, Liberia may take contract under scrutiny as government $80 million PAC raises concern over transit account in Dubai. Liberia, Soraya Adajabi and Kuma Sharif pioneering change through your Young African Scholar Program. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Liberians, we gotta do better. We are smart people, we are good people. Okay, I want to spend a little bit of time, not because, but and I will come back to this thing, but this is what I want to talk about a little bit. Liberia court vindicate deputy police inspector from alleged criminal charges. You know, and Friday we'll dive deep into this thing. This is what we expect when things happen. Make sure you investigate and come back to the result of the Liberian people. One of the things in this country that when it happens in Liberia, people will say, from the time I started knowing myself, when people talk about investigation in Liberia, that means a dead case. Up to now, since January 22nd, we are still awaiting, and we hope that people will look into that case and give us a comprehensive report what happened with what we call the inaugural committee. The inaugural committee. We want to do what happened with that money. The Liberian people were disgraced. And the police director case, the deputy police director case, just happened a week ago. And here we are now, they say the inspector was you were vindicated from the allegation. So yes, yeah. The code, yeah, vindicate deputy police inspector. So my people, we want to know what happened with that inaugural money. And I said this because it's in the interest of Meta family. We can't have things hanging over people. I think it's destroying us because a lot of times things that happen, people will investigate, will not come to the Liberian people with the funding. The second to want to know what happened with from the Unity Party chairman, the money. We haven't gotten that report yet. We haven't gotten that report. If we talk about economic crime court, rescue one year much that we employ you doing well, these are things that we can't do business the same way. We can't do business the same way. When you tell us something on an investigation, then you got to come back and give us the result from the investigation, like you put there with the police director here, the deputy police director. So that we all know now they went through the procedure and they found nothing against the deputy police director. So you see, that way the main record is clear. But every time the thing happens, I think it is not fair to the person accused. It is not fair to the Liberian people. People just leave it in there and sweep it under the rug. No. We have to do better. We got to do better. And the third thing on the list, the man who almost killed our president when the president went to AMU. We didn't know. We don't want to know. We want to know what happened to all the people that are on shift that fateful day. People that were there on that fateful day. We don't want things, people just sweeping things under the rug. No, my people. No. It's about time that we start holding people accountable. So again, we'll come back to the same thing. I will be discussing it in detail. We want to know what happened with the fund from the inauguration that brought disgrace to the Liberian people. We in April now, January, February, March, April. We want to know what happened with the money, the 5,000 I'll make available to the sanitary district. And some of the people did not get the 5,000. They said the party chairman instructed that 1,000 be removed. They told us we're investigating the case. We didn't hear anything yet. Number 3, the men who attacked the president and those people that those people that were working, they told us we're investigating it. We need to know what happened. Let us get this thing. And I will encourage Miata family, the party chairman, it better they put a record out there because I think it benefit you. Because if that thing is just laying down there, and the day you're ready for something now, the Liberian people all go back. And so until we can know what actually happened, we believe that the people just bury the case. And we have to get to a place that we have to start, when we say we're investigating people, then we have to come out to the Liberian people and give them the outcome, the result of the investigation. We can't just let that one thing another, but every time they're investigating something, it just through thought, we never see the result. Business cannot be done the same way. I'm sorry. And so once again, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in tonight. We really appreciate all of your support because of time spent. Once again, we encourage you to join us on the prayer line. That number is 763-220-3265. The prayer line is on right now. Today is Wednesday. Come with your prayer request. Come with your prayer request. Once again, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your comment. Thanks for your for everything. We appreciate you and let God bless you. This is your host, SUBOR Freeman, saying so long from the members of Goyah studio from the state of Minnesota, Minneapolis. You have a pleasant evening. Good night, everybody.